Hello, everyone. We bring you the Premier League Match Day 6 review. I'm your host, OWB, and I'm here with Switch. Switch, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, chilled. Happy to be here. Let's get to it.
Okay. Kicking off the first game of the weekend, Brentford versus Man United. So, what's your take on United's performance?
Yeah. So Brentford, Man United finished 3-1 in favor
Yeah,
of
yeah, you
Brentford.
ended 3-1.
Brentford were the winners of that game. Man United, yet another defeat in the league this season. Everyone thought last weekend's result against Chelsea would be like a morale booster for them. They played them and Chelsea, but they won 2-1. Yeah, I'll have you know that Man United haven't won a back-to-back game in the league under Ruben Amorim. That stretch is almost a year now. But
That's so sad.
yeah. Kudos to Brentford, their new coach, Keith Andrews, who was their former set piece coach. He's been able to steer the ship after losing so much players in the summer, losing their head coach. They put in a solid display at home, right, against United. Bruno Fernandes lost a penalty in that game, and it basically sums up the kind of season or the kind of experience United fans are having for that Ruben Amorim. So yeah, solid win for Brentford, 3-1.
Unbelievable loss for um, Liverpool, the champions of England, against Crystal Palace.
So Palace ran out 2-1 winners against Liverpool. Crystal Palace were at Selhurst Park, their home ground. Liverpool's late goal juju ran
Yeah,
out this weekend. Although they still scored a late equalizer through Chiesa, but Palace has been really solid so far this season. They are the only unbeaten team in the league this season. 3 wins, 3 draws, I think. Another solid performance. Their head coach Oli Glasner seems to have found a winning formula or a winning team, and each weekend they go out, they stand a chance of getting a result. So yeah, really great result for Palace this weekend.
then we saw the Pep side. I mean, 5-1. They trashed Burnley at the Etihad Stadium. Like, what was your take on the game?
Yeah, Man City ran out 5-1 winners against Burnley. Burnley, a newly promoted side
Yeah.
against Man City, the juggernaut of Man City. I didn't think they stood any chance from the onset. So Erling Haaland picked 2 late goals against Burnley, 5-1 win, really comfortable. Pep won't be really scratching his head this weekend.
Back-to-back loss for Chelsea now. The loss against Man U and back-to-back red card. You guys lost 3-1 to Brighton at home at Stamford Bridge. Problem.
Yeah, so Chelsea lost again, and obviously the theme from last weekend, happened again this week. Chaluba getting sent off for a professional foul. We're leading one nil at that point, but then we considered 3 late goals. Again, Enzo Maresca looks like he is self-sabotaging at this point. Maybe due to the crisis we have at centre back, a lot of injuries, and him wanting a new centre back. But then you can also say that it's the fatigue from the Club World Cup that's really affecting Chelsea. We saw PSG lose earlier on Monday. We saw about two of their players get injured this weekend. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm making excuses for Chelsea, but yeah, it was another loss, another disappointing result for Chelsea.
And we saw a tie, Leeds versus Bournemouth.
So Leeds is one of the newly promoted side as well. Impressive result for Leeds. Bournemouth is, one of the better Premier League teams. They are well coached by Andoni Raola. They had a really solid season last season, and they've carried on the same vein of form into this season. Um, Antoine Semenyo, who they managed to keep despite losing many other players last season. He scored a beautiful free kick, but then I think they considered a late equalizer, if I'm not too sure, to take a draw at 2-2. So yeah, fair result. I think Leeds will be more pleased with that result.
Then we saw the newly promoted team Sunderland. They trashed Nottingham Forest 1 goal to nil.
Well, was it trashing? But it was an impressive result.
Yeah,
Sunderland has been really good this season. The investments they made at the start of the summer was at the start of the season is definitely paying off for them. They brought in a lot of new players. They made some high-profile signings, and it's yielding the required result. They're having a crazy start to the season. I think they are in the top 5 or top 7 in the league after 6 game weeks. For Nottingham Forest, man, their owner, the Greek mafia, Marianakis, I'm sure he will be biting his fingers now why he sacked Nuno Espirito Santo, who managed a top 7 finish for them last season, I believe. But yeah, their new coach, Ange Postecoglou, another Greek man, I'm not sure he's been able to pick a win this season, and their winless rot continues, and very, very impressive victory for Sunderland. Sunderland is one of the teams to actually watch out for this season.
okay. Then we saw a draw from Spurs
And Wolves.
and Wolves, yeah.
Yeah, Spurs Wolves ended 1-1. Wolves picked their first point of the season on their 6th attempt. They are bottom of the league, I guess, I believe. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm tipping Wolves to be one of the teams to get relegated, actually. Tottenham would be wondering as to how they couldn't have picked the full 3 points over this weekend. They managed the draw from a late equalizer from Palinha. Yeah, good result for Wolves. Thomas Frank will be looking to get Tottenham back to winning ways next weekend, definitely.
And a crazy comeback from Villa against Fulham. I mean, their first victory in this season.
Yeah, so Aston Villa managed to pick up their first win of the season at home. Oli Watkins managed to score a goal. I've had him in my FPL, my fantasy, for about since the start of the season actually, and this is his first return. Happy for that. Unai Emery will be breathing a sigh of relief that Villa have finally been able to pick up a win. They had some issues with signing players at the start of the season due to the FFP restrictions on how much they could spend. So yeah, they've been able to manage and keep hold of some of their senior players, Watkins, McGinn, Morgan Rogers, who is a fantastic footballer, by the way. So hopefully they get more results on board, and we see them competing for European spots this season. But let's see how the season goes.
Stole the win from Newcastle.
Yeah,
Yeah, they snatched the win from Newcastle
yeah,
as like the dying minute of the game.
yeah.
What do you think about that game?
Yeah, so Arsenal Newcastle 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. Going to Newcastle's home ground to play them is always a difficult. St. James Park is a very difficult ground.
Yeah,
So kudos to Arsenal. Newcastle protected the lead, I think, up until the 83rd or 84th minute.
84th minute. Yeah,
Yeah, then
go
they
from
considered another set piece, a goal from a set piece. Mikel Merino. Merino has been outstanding for Arsenal. He's been the player who scored the most goals for Arsenal this year in the league. Yeah, so then Arsenal managed to score a late winner through Gabriel from another corner kick situation. Corner kick FC strikes again.
Yes, best
Yeah.
in set piece.
Yeah, so Arsenal won 2-1. Impressive victory. Let's see if Arsenal can go all the way. That's always a question mark with Arsenal. Let's see if they can, rise above the hump of finishing second.
But I'm tipping Arsenal to win the Premier League this season.
Well, I don't think so, but let's see how it goes.
Come to an end of the Premier League Match Day 6 review. Thank you, Switch, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me anytime, man.
We appreciate you. Keep the faith.